Yo, how's it going, everyone? It is that time. We are back once again for the Dokkan early stream. Interesting day today in terms of news and such. Yeah, so part 2 LR Turles. Obviously, it was fairly obvious from the hint that we got from yesterday. After the first hint being that it would be a movie boss, and then the second hint that obviously it was going to be a pure Saiyan. It was fairly obvious, I would say, to everyone, I guess, that it was going to be Turles. But interesting, what's the word I'm looking for? Turn of events, I guess. It seems like, I need to get that initial post up for the video. It seems like, from what I'm seeing it being described as, it was the Chinese Dokkan Facebook leaked the information on the Turles accidentally. Like, they posted it too early. So because a bunch of people screenshotted it and obviously posted it on, like, you know, Reddit and all that kind of stuff, Dokkan decided, I guess, in response to not long ago, like before the stream, just decided to officially post all the details, which is interesting because the part 2 LR probably isn't coming out until Friday. So I think this is probably going to be, obviously it's in response to a leak, so it's not like a deliberately planned thing, but I think this will now be, this would probably be the earliest time, probably in Dokkan history, the earliest time that the details have been tweeted out for a character in relation to when they actually come out. Because we now have the details for the part 2 LR, but he's not going to be out for like 5 days. Which is not something that they usually do. So, certainly an interesting turn of events. But yeah, how are you guys all doing today? Welcome. We've got Joe B over on the Twitch side, Preston Kitty Drace, TJ, Chewy, Jameson, Supreme Storms. Yeah, for once it's not JP or the English side of Dokkan. I know, right? Global Intern actually on a quick turnaround this time instead of it being the... Because obviously I got up this morning, well, for my early morning streams, I get up, you know, not long before the stream starts, and I just get up and get the stream set up and ready and stuff. So I didn't get a chance because the details had just come out. I haven't made a video about Turles, so we're going to do that now at the start of the stream. So I haven't looked at his details or anything, because obviously, as you guys know, when you've been here for the live streams, when we're waiting for news to drop and then it drops and then I make a video, I don't look at the details before the video because I want to be, you know, going into it fresh and just seeing what the unit does straight off rip. So I haven't looked at the details. We're going to get it done here so I can get the video put up straight away. So I've got the chat up on the other side window. Yeah, Turles should be up on the Friday because I think the sales end on the 11th. I mean, he could technically be up on the 11th, I guess, because the new sales could end straight after. In fact, let's come out of this and just look in the game. Because that will tell us exactly when the sales end, because the new sales can start like right afterwards. I say Turles is what Cooler needed. Oh, okay. Let's see. Goma could potentially be featured on this banner yet. Although, I haven't seen his leader skill yet. If Goma's not on Turles' leader skill, I mean, he still could be, but like on the banner. But if he's not on Turles' leader skill, then maybe not as much. Well, let's just... What? They still got a separate one then. Why would Dokkan do this? So they've updated the information for the campaign thing, but they've only put in the updated stuff. The old stuff isn't there, so you can't even look. That's stupid. It's not normally supposed to be like that. That's very dumb. Yeah, because the stuff about the sales and that just now isn't in here, so I can't even check it. I can look on Dokkan info, I guess. Yeah, that's really dumb. Turles leading space traveling warriors, I bet. Yeah, wouldn't be a surprise. You watch it be something stupid like space traveling warriors and low class warriors or something dumb. Yeah, so apparently the sales end on Wednesday, the 10th, like for me, at like 4 PM, which is weird. So maybe it is Thursday morning then? Because if the sales end on Wednesday afternoon, it's weird that they're ending at that time for me, because normally like the sales will end and then the new sales will start like straight afterwards. So maybe it is Thursday morning then and not Friday. I mean, I guess in the next couple of days we'll get a data download and then we'll know for sure, but... Excuse me. Right, well anyway, I guess we should get on and take a look at the Turles. Oh. A frog in my throat. Okay, so let's take a look at this bad boy, shall we? Where am I looking for my scenes? Full screen Twitter. There we go. All right. So let's see. As I say, I have not looked at this, so I'm going in blind. Hopefully he's good. But yeah. Hey guys, Marsling here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. And so, very interesting turn of events today in terms of news. Quite a lot earlier than we expected. We have the official post and the official details of the Part 2 Yellow Coin LR for this June celebration. And of course, to the surprise of absolutely nobody, after yesterday's hint, compounding on the previous hint, there was a movie boss. Yesterday's hint that it was going to be a Pure Saiyan. I did the video talking about it. It realistically could only really be Turles, because the only other option was Broly, who doesn't fit on any of Cooler's teams. Cooler wouldn't fit on his team unless he literally just ran movie bosses. So, and we already had 2 Brolys with a domain, which was of course another big part of the hint yesterday, that the character would have a domain. So, as I say, basically everybody suspected that this was going to be Turles. I would be very surprised if there were people out there that did not expect this to be Turles. But so we have Yellow Coin LR Turles. Now, the interesting thing about the news being dropped today is obviously we are expecting this guy to release on either early Thursday or early Friday. I'm still 100% sure now based on when the sales are ending in game. It's very possible that he could be out Thursday instead of Friday. Bearing in mind I'm talking about UK time, so if you're in the US it's going to be late Wednesday evening or late Thursday evening for you guys. So it just kind of depends. But you guys know when banners come out in your time, I'm sure, by now. And that's when this guy will come out, either Thursday or Friday, or Wednesday or Thursday if you're in the US. Now, the reason why the details were posted this early, we were just saying before starting this video, that I don't think there's ever been a time where they've posted the details like officially on social media so long before the character's actually going to come out, because this guy being tweeted out on Monday morning and he's not coming out until potentially the end of the week is certainly interesting. And the main reason seems to be someone posted this screenshot. Basically the Chinese Dokkan Facebook apparently posted this image, and I think it was apparently deleted fairly soon afterwards, but obviously people screenshotted it, started posting it on Reddit, on Twitter, all that kind of thing. So basically, rather than just sort of let it lie and let people, I guess, get either excited or disappointed or whatever based on translations that may or may not be accurate, Dokkan apparently just decided to pull the trigger and post all of the details officially, because obviously news normally gets posted. If the official details were going to get posted on the right day, details normally get posted at like 9 a.m. UK time, and this tweet was made a little after 7 a.m, which is just not the time that they post news at all. So basically they just responded to the leak by just dropping all the info officially, which to be honest is probably the right move. And now we can see properly what he does and like his animations and everything. So we do have them all here. We're going to go through them. As always with these videos, I don't look at the details before. I like to jump in and record and have my genuine first like thoughts and reaction to the unit details for you guys. Sometimes it means I get things wrong because I misread things or whatever, but I feel like it's more fun doing it this way. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump in. So Turles Yellow Coin LR, so he's got two 200% leader skills, Space Traveling Warriors or Low Class Warrior. I actually joked about this before we started the video, that would be a terrible... Why has he got Low Class Warrior? It's like one of the worst categories in the game. Unless it gets like some big future buffs. Looking at you, Grade 8 Bardock Squad Easy A's that still haven't happened yet. But I mean, Space Traveling Warriors, I guess, is the main part of his leader skill realistically, but still kind of dumb, I guess, having low class warriors. It should have just been movie bosses, because one of the things we talked about in the last couple of days with the videos is whilst the movie bosses is part of Metal Cooler's plus 50%, it's not one of his main leader skills. So there are a bunch of movie bosses are not like who aren't on his team. So I was kind of hoping the Part 2 LR would just have movie bosses as one of the leader skills. But either way, for most Yellow Coin LRs, people aren't too worried about the leader skill anyway. It's more about the teams that you can use them on. So let's go ahead and take a look at what he does. So he has an entrance animation when there's another Space Traveling Warrior or Terrifying Conqueror on the team upon entry. So this is pretty easy to do because obviously his leader skill is Space Traveling Warriors. On a normal movie boss team, there are many options that are Space Traveling Warriors or Terrifying Conquerors, so this won't be too difficult to get, and you only need to have one ally on the team. So this makes a huge difference in comparison to like the physical Turles intro condition, right? So his intro gives him key 6 and damage reduction 10% for 1 turn. And then Space Traveling Warriors or Terrifying Conquerors allies key 1, attack 20%, plus an additional key 1 and attack 30% for characters who belong to Planetary Destruction for 4 turns. So if they're Space Traveling Warriors and Planetary Destruction, or Terrifying Conquerors and Planetary Destruction, they get 50% attack and 2 key for 4 turns, which is pretty good. His base effects are attack and defense 250%, chance to crit and damage reduction 50%. Okay, nice. When HP is 50% or more, he has guard. Okay, interesting. So it's conditional, but it's not the worst condition. But obviously, if you take a big hit the turn before, that's going to be a little bit awkward. When receiving an attack, he gets 300% defense. We know that receiving attacks and getting a big chunk of defense is a very good mechanic, especially now combined with guard and damage reduction. When attacking with 18 or more key, he gets another 200% attack and launches an additional super, guaranteed. So that's pretty good. For every super attack performed with 18 or more key, he gets key 3 up to 6. Interesting. So once you've done 2 18 key supers, he's got a permanent extra 6 key. So that's pretty good. Which obviously on his first turn, he gets an extra 6 keys. So that should be quite easy to get one in the first turn straight away. When attacking with 24 key, he gets an extra 200% attack and then has chance to crit 20%. So bear in mind, he's already got 50% crit chance. He's going to have 70% crit chance and a whole bunch of extra attack when you have 24 key. So that's interesting. For every super attack performed with 24 key, he gets an extra 3 key as well. Okay, up to 6. So if you do a 24 key super straight away on the first turn, he's already going to have plus 6 key. And then if you can get the 24 on the next turn. And then we also have When the domain Tree of Might is active, receives an additional 2 ki per key sphere obtained, recovers 5% HP per key sphere obtained up to 50. That's pretty good. Attack 200% and chance of performing a crit 30% when attacking, and damage reduction 25% when receiving an attack. So that means he has 75% damage reduction, which is pretty good. Loads of extra key, HP recovery. His crit chance goes up to what, like 90%? But this is when the domain is active. So the interesting thing about this is, because we haven't seen it yet, if his domain can be activated on like turn 1, because he gets this extra key and he's got 6 key on turn 1, it will make getting that 24 key super on the first turn really easy. And then straight away he's just then got an extra 6 key going into the next turn. So that's pretty good. And so the active skill, Seed of the Tree of Might, can be activated when HP is 50% or less, or when there is another Space Traveling Warrior or Terrifying Conqueror ally attacking in the same turn, starting from the 3rd turn. Right, okay. So he can't use it on turn 1, but he can literally use it on his 2nd turn, okay? And then he creates the domain Tree of Might for 3 turns. So I guess that combos well that, like, he gets 6 key on the first turn, and hopefully you can get 18 or hopefully 24, which gives him a bit of extra key. And then on the next turn, he's got that bit of extra key from those supers. Then you pop the domain and he's getting extra key per key sphere. And then ideally you're then getting a 24 key super on that turn as well. And then you've got his 12 key. And obviously on the next turn, the domain is still active. So he's still getting extra key per key sphere. So hopefully getting 24 key with him shouldn't be too difficult. And obviously with his entrance animation thing, he's giving himself 2 key as well, right? Because it doesn't say allies self-excluded. So because he is a Space Traveling Warrior and Planetary Destruction character, he'll be getting 2 key from his intro. So that's pretty good. So his super attacks, the 12 key super is called the Crushing Massacre. Greatly raise attack and raise defense for 1 turn. Colossal damage to the enemy and greatly lowers attack and defense. Okay, so greatly raising attack and normal raising defense is pretty good. He does have a guaranteed additional as part of his thing if he's getting 18 keys. That's cool. Oh. Wait, so that was the last page for this one. So, okay, yeah. There's his 18 key. Massively raise attack and raise defense for 1 turn. Mega Colossal. Okay, so he only has normal raise defense on both of his supers. But, bearing in mind, I guess, after he super attacks, his defense should be relatively good. And then he gets 300% defense when he gets hit. So, I don't think it's going to be a huge issue. And then the domain, the Tree of Might, it gives Space Traveling Warriors or Terrifying Conqueror, enemy and ally, attack and defense 15%, plus an additional attack and defense 10% for characters who are also Planetary Destruction. So bear in mind that, like, the cooler, well, I know physical, like final form cooler, so the physical one or the STR one who's going to get an EZA, they are definitely on Planetary Destruction. I'm actually not 100% sure if Metal Cooler is, but that is a lot of support, so that is very, very good. And also super class enemies and allies take more damage. So obviously against the super class boss, this is going to be pretty good. So the other thing, we do have the animations. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So we get this here so it all fits in the thing. I don't know how loud this is going to be, so it's auto played through, but I haven't seen it. So let's mute the music in the background, and then how loud is this going to be? Hopefully not too loud. I don't know, let's go.
So Earth would be the planet that could bear the fruit of the tree.
Okay. Okay, so this is the 12 key super. Let's go. Okay, that's not bad. Right, so this is the active then. Hmm. Okay, so grows the tree. Yeah, there's the domain. That does look cool as a domain background. And so then this is his 18 key. Good old kill driver. Wait. Ooh. So I mean, where are we looking? So this part is cool. This is all just, this is very similar to the physical Turles. At the end, what is that? That's got physical sort of Hope Trunks vibes, where like the end is just a whole nothing burger. Like what is that tiny little explosion? That's that feels a little bit disappointing. Interesting. Okay. Well, I think overall, in terms of like his details and stuff, Turles does look pretty good. Yeah, not sure about his the 18 key super. The 12 key is kind of funny with the enemy getting jumped by the Crusher Core, and then even the actual attack that Turles does looks pretty good. I don't think the 18 key super looks all that good, if I'm being honest. Here's a yellow coin, LR. Someone in chat saying, I love how he eats the fruit, gets the big power up, and then just does the kill driver, which is like his normal super attack thing anyway. Yeah, that's so the 18 key super I don't think is super crazy, but other than that, the unit looks good. He looks pretty strong. Got a decent amount of defense damage reduction. He's giving support. He is basically what the cooler team kind of needed. As well as, I mean, his own leader skill is kind of but as we've already said before, like, it's not the craziest thing for a yellow coin LR. We don't really worry about their leader skill too much. But yeah, let me know what you think of Turles down below in the comment section. I will make a post for a community response video later today, so keep an eye out on the channel, on the YouTube community tab. I will post in the Discord and on Twitter to let people know that the post is up, so you guys can comment and let me know your thoughts in great detail, and I will make a community response video later on today. But yeah, I think he looks pretty good. The big thing, hopefully, is that because he was on the banner, physical Turles will hopefully easy A, which annoyingly, this guy is just called Turles, so he shares the same name as the physical one. And this guy, is he going to be good in slot 1? I don't necessarily think so, but I suppose on Metal Cooler's team, would he just be a floating support? It's a tough one, because I guess the best case scenario is physical Turles gets an easy A, and then his banner units get an sub easy A as well, because then obviously they would work really well with this guy. But I guess we'll have to wait and see what Dokkan does. But I think he looks pretty good. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and do go check out the community response post. You can leave a more detailed response and I'll go through those in the video later on. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one. Okay, so yeah, it looks pretty good. Yeah, sorry, Preston, I did see your thing, but obviously because I was trying to do like the news video, I didn't want to get too sidetracked. But yeah, what were your thoughts on the part 2 LR? I did see your comment, but yeah. Also, let me know what you guys think of Turles. I will make that post in a minute. I just need to make the thumbnail now very quickly for I need to make the thumbnail very quickly for this Turles details thing. Yeah, I think he looks cool. I like Turles. I don't know. I've always thought it was funny, like ever since I was younger. I always thought it was funny that his design is just Goku. Like, I always thought that was weird. But obviously, don't they try and explain it away in the movie because it's so early on in the Dragon Ball franchise. They just try and explain it in the movie that like a bunch of low-class Saiyans all look the same. Which is why Goku and Bardock look the same. I mean, you can argue Goku and Bardock are allowed to look the same because Bardock is Goku's dad. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that is the random like throwaway line in the movie that they're just like, well, a bunch of low-class warriors all look the same, which I think is stupid, but is funny. But yeah, I've always thought Turles was cool. And realistically, like, Turles has always been a character that has like been fairly well done in Dokkan, like fairly well represented. I know a lot of people will point to physical Turles, but to be honest, considering how wonky of a year 2023 was with releases, I feel like by 2023 standards, Turles was still pretty good. Like, I thought even when Turles came out, I thought he was underrated, to be honest. So yeah, Dokkan has normally treated Turles releases fairly well. Also, I didn't mention it in the video specifically, but I think it's kind of interesting that he's tech when Metal Cooler is also tech. So yeah, they made him the same typing as the Part 1 unit, which is, I mean, it has happened before, but that's kind of interesting that they chose to do that. One of them was a Paragus that revives into Super Saiyan Broly, so you could get Frieza gaslighting Broly in-game. That would be kind of funny. Yeah, let's get the chats back over here so I can see them while I'm doing the thumbnail. Tapion and plus Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and Tapion has a Hirudegarn domain. That could be interesting. Yeah, Hirudegarn as a domain is kind of an interesting idea. Instead of just being like a transformation for Tapion. It's funny because people remember a little while back when we made the custom Hirudegarn, the custom Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Tapion reversible exchange on stream, and then I posted the details, and like a bunch of people who do actually do calcs told me that the character, like, they'd be absolutely terrible. Like, in terms of the concept of what we gave them, like, for abilities and stuff, it's cool, but in terms of the actual numbers, like the percentages and everything, like, they would actually just be terrible, which is kind of annoying. But that's why we were talking about on the other day. I would really like to be able to sort out making custom units and stuff myself, because then we could actually do that unit in game, and then I could make a video on it. It'd be pretty fun. But apparently they are releasing a tool that is going to make that a lot easier to do soon, so maybe in the near future that can be a thing that we do on the channel. Like, it won't just be showcasing custom units that other people have made, but actually making our own units and then doing videos on them. So, right, so yellow coin, LR Turles. I think it is funny that the Crusher Core are there for like the 12 key super. It's a funny way of including them in the card and him still being a pure Saiyan character. Nucleus, whereas these are 500% leader skill to make a difference. Yeah, true. We're ready for RE Veronica next year. Hell yeah, we will be there day one. I was very, very excited with that reveal. I can't believe it's like the first thing they showed as well. That's crazy. Like literally the first thing they showed on the Summer Games Fest thing was like the first reveal was the Code Veronica remake, which is wild because that's been like the most that's kind of like the most anticipated Resident Evil news. Like for I don't even know how long, but like that's the big thing that people have been waiting for is a announcement of Code Veronica remake. So yes, definitely very exciting. Really hope they sub EZA the banner units. Yeah, they definitely need to sub it. I mean, to be fair, Turles' kit seems good enough that it really doesn't matter. Like, I saw people mentioning that before, but like, when people were saying Turles wouldn't work well with Metal Cooler if he was the Part 2 LR. Like, the Part 2, from reading those details, Turles seems good enough that just him not having the one, like, Destroyer of the Universe link, that probably isn't going to make that much difference overall. Like, he's still going to be good. He's still, like, that link obviously helps, but he's still going to be good. Because let me just double check. What does Destroyer of the Universe actually do? Attack 25% and defense 15%. I mean, that is pretty good. It is basically the Turles version of Saiyan Raw. But the Part 2 LR will still be good without it. Apparently PS5 new Gears does exist. It's just never going to release now. Yeah, the E-Day thing was interesting. Although weird, because it has the typical... prequel issue where... I swear I saw a bunch of like enemies and like creatures and stuff that weren't in any of the other Gears games, which then makes no sense. It's like, how are you going to have a prequel and then have like new enemy types that weren't in the original? Gogeta does 28 million super. How does my physical Goku tank it for double digits with only 10.5 million defense? Well, guard is somewhere around cutting it in half in terms of the damage. He doesn't have damage reduction, does he? He just has guard. Does he have defense when he gets hit? No. So yeah, I'm not sure. That doesn't sound right. If he has 10.5 million defense and guard, he should be able to tank like a 20 million or 21 million, but not 28. Unless there was other stuff on the rotation giving him extra like damage reduction or something, maybe. Was Super Saiyan AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku from the 10th anniversary on the rotation? Oh yeah, he gets extra defense when he attacks as well. So obviously if he was at 10.5 at the start of the turn, then he wouldn't actually be at 10.5 when he got hit, unless you're talking about him getting supered in slot 1. Oh yeah, it's Monday, isn't it? So we've got all of our once a week events to do. Get some extra Dragonstone ores.
All right, let's do this.
Because yeah, I don't know if it is exactly half, but guard is something around like cutting the damage in half. So if he had, technically if he has 14 million defense, he would tank a 28 million damage super for double digits. I guess it also depends, because not only does he get defense up when he attacks, it also depends how many supers he did, because he does raise defense on super as well. So if he then had one of those turns where he gets like 3 or 4 supers, then yeah, his defense is going to be quite high. Yeah, there's the link for the actual Turles news video. Like I say, make sure you guys do your boy a favor, open up the video, click on the link, leave a comment, let me know you came over from the stream. Early comments and likes on the video make it more likely that YouTube will push it out to more people. So he was slot 2, so got 100%. I lost because the STR Blue Boys didn't dodge in slot 3. Oof. Yeah, that sucks. That's why they are a liability in that event. Because like the Goku part of the card stacks attack, which is cool. But then yeah, they don't stack defense at all. So if they don't dodge later in the event, they will get taken out.
Let's do this.
I get to do another summon once Battlefield drops in 20 minutes. Grace, no! I posted that Heisenberg meme to you in the members area in the Discord. Why? Why are you going all in on these filler Dokkan Fests? Oh no, it's just the enemy, the Battlefield, the typings are getting reset. It's not new enemies. That was the thing it said in the news. It was like, the enemy types are different, but it's not the actual enemies themselves. Yeah, it says the enemies types will be different from the 98th Warmer Clash, so it just means the typing changes. I mean, I'll still record it and do it as a video, the full Battlefield run, but... But yeah, it's not new enemies this time around, unfortunately. Yeah, I just realised this is the old version of the team, because that GT cell is already fully link leveled now. Razor, I think, has 1 link to go. Yeah. Shocking speed. Toa only just got put on the team because I had to remake a UR Toa, because the one I had that was Rainbow and Link level 10, I'd stupidly awakened her and then reversed her, so lost her to the reversal update thing. I summon on every banner. Yeah, but you don't have to go all in on every banner. Like, if you're going to be back up to 50 stones with Battlefield, should you not be saving those 50 stones for Turles? Because that's the thing, I would quite like to have Metal Cooler, but I will probably do a couple of multis at least for Turles. And obviously we should get the free tickets. And as I say every time, maybe this time will be the time that I finally get a unit off the free tickets, we'll see. Probably not, but... Surely with guard they can tank his normals. No, I think his normals are like... Let me double check. How am I looking? Events. Challenge. Festival. And then scroll down. Gogeta's normals do 7 million damage. So if we're saying guard cuts the damage in half, that would be 3.5 million. And then Goku has what? Does he have 70% damage reduction? So that makes it still 1 million. So yeah, even with guard and 70% damage reduction, Blue Goku would take 1 million damage from Gogeta's normals. And then his start of turn defense is what? Like, well, I guess that's without factoring in defense, but... Oh, you also have to remember that Gogeta greatly raises attack on his super. So if he supers first, and then he... if he supers first and then attacks, his normals are actually doing 10.5 million because he greatly raises attack, which means that his attack power is boosted by 50%. Although I think someone did actually say that for bosses it's not. Why is the music thing stopped? I need to put another playlist on now, apparently. Yes, I think someone did say before that for the enemy bosses it's not actually 50%, but I'm not sure. But yeah, if he supers first, his attack power is actually 10.5 million. But yeah, we should get seriously serious for this stage. Now we got a seriously serious stage for Yellow Coin Piccolo during the Namek Saga celebration. Now that's the thing, like, I think Drace is like overcomplicating it. It's not even specifically we get it twice a month. We just get it for every new premium release. So we got it for Dokkan Fest Metal Cooler. We'll get it for Yellow Coin LR Turles. We'll get it for the Tanabata Dokkan Fest LR. I think. Did they do one for... Yeah, they did one for Golden Frieza and Gogeta last year, right? That I'm actually not 100% sure on. I need to plug my mouse in. They said it was going to be twice a month. Well, I guess it just lines up with the releases. But yeah, it's just that every release. I guess they said that so that if they do, for some reason, there's a month where there's like extra releases, they don't have to do one for every single one of them, I guess. But yeah, basically every Dokkan Fest and every Yellow Coin LR like that comes out, there will be a seriously serious stage for them. So... Someone posted a thing on that. Like, I was confused because it was only yesterday. Someone posted a comment on the video about how to get the ticket for the free summon on the costume, the art banner. And someone commented saying, "Am I the only one? I can't go into the story tab. It says there's no events available." And it's like, yeah, it's because there are no events available, because there, you know, that event was only up until a certain time, and unfortunately, you didn't do it in time, so it's gone. Good old limited time content. I mean, it makes sense for that because it's for a banner. Like, yeah, usually we get some serious stage for every summonable unit release. Exactly. Yeah, because that banner with the alternate art, I haven't actually looked, but that banner with the alternate art, it's not even still live, is it?
All right, let's do this.
Because obviously that banner was out basically because of physical God Goku's EZA, which was part of the Beerus and God Goku Realm of Gods celebration, and that's been over for a while. Yeah, banner left 4 days ago. Yeah, the mission, I just looked at the thing and it said the mission was only available until the 4th, which I'm assuming, yeah, is when the banner was available till as well. There's another person on Reddit asking if you should save the ticket for the next banner. Oof. I mean, did the ticket have the specific expiration date on it? Because I guess in theory that could have been a thing that they did, but I would always assume that they probably wouldn't be generous enough to make it so that you could save it for the next one. Yeah, so I'm just looking at some calcs for Turles. Yeah, the ticket does expire. Looking at some calcs for Turles. So after supering, his defense is, if he gets multiple supers, it can be up to like 3 or almost 4 million. And then bear in mind he has 50% damage reduction and like 75% damage reduction if the domain is up, and he has guard. So yeah, Turles is going to be quite tanky. I mean, with the domain up, in some situations, he might actually be able to tank in slot 1 as well, which is kind of crazy. Well, yeah, unfortunately, it will happen again. I guess we'll see what their response will be to the feedback of like the alternate art things, but I very much doubt it will be something they do once and then they just never do it again. Because remember, like, even with the God Goku, well, not God Goku, well, God Goku is one of the bosses, but the Battle of Gods Blue Zone thing, not being time limited, like, how long did it take them to stop doing limited content, even though the feedback straight away from it, from the anniversary, was that we didn't like it? And then it went on for months before they stopped. Pretty much every player unanimously hated it. Well, unfortunately, this is what you got to remember when we talk about how Twitter and like Reddit and like social media, they are the vocal like places that you see on the internet, but they don't make up the entire community. And the more important thing is Dokkan, the biggest feedback that Dokkan will really care about is what people do with their wallets. And unfortunately, like when it comes to like the whales and collectors and stuff like that, unfortunately, a lot of people summoned on that alternate art banner. I've seen people like Toon, Truth, Sokado, Bringer, I think, got close. Can't remember if Drace got his, Weeb, like so many people that I've seen like rainbowed the alternate art cards. Like loads of people summoned on those banners. So unfortunately, that's the feedback that Dokkan cares about the most. Like if a bunch of people on Twitter are saying, oh, we all hate this, like don't ever do this again, but then loads of people summoned on the banner, that's the important thing that Dokkan are going to look at, is like, oh, well, these guys on Twitter are saying they hate it, but loads of people summoned on the banner, so... Ninga, can you help me with something to beat Festival? I can certainly try and help. Shout out to Dokkan. Why does it not show the full name on here? That's kind of annoying. Dokkan something for the $2 super chat. Dokkan shafts me. I can see why, yeah, you need the help. I see. But yeah, go for it. Oh yeah, I need to make the post for the community response video. Someone actually literally asked in the Discord, am I doing one? Right, so create post. So what are your guys' thoughts on part 2, yellow coin, LR Turles, kit, animations, domain, etc. I'll make a community response video. Post. Alright, so there's the link in the chat for the YouTube community post. I'm going to post it in the Discord and everything as well. Does the Vegeta part of the STR Blue Boys able to tank a normal from Gogeta post super if he uses active skill and gets 2 supers, let's say? I don't want to rely on Goku dodging again. I have 0 dupes. Let me just get his details up here so I can double check. I know on the active skill turn he has a lot of defense, but I can't remember like what damage reduction and stuff he has, if any. So where is the Vegeta part of the card? Let's see. So Vegeta, he has a high chance to dodge. He has 40% damage reduction. Yeah, see, the problem is he doesn't have guard. So on the active skill, he gets a bunch of extra defense. Yeah, because he doesn't have guard, he probably won't tank normals either. Because on the active skill, mine has one dupe. And on the active skill turn, Vegeta can normally have around like 2 million defense. So he's got 2 million defense, 40% damage reduction, but he's got no guard. When he attacks, he gets like a bunch of extra defense, but yeah, the biggest problem is that the Vegeta part doesn't have guard, so he probably does still get clapped by he probably does get clapped by Gogeta normals. He has guard via the active skill. Wait, did I miss that? Let's have a look. Massive raise attack, terminate all my damage. Oh yeah, guards all attacks and future Saga allies. Okay, so well, we're saying if he's in slot 3, Gogeta will have probably already supered. So Gogeta is doing 10 million damage normals. So guard cuts that down to 5 mil. 40% damage reduction cuts that down to still being just over 2.5 million. And then if he's got 2 million defense start of turn, maybe? But yeah, I don't know if I would want to trust it, but like if you use the active skill and you see that he's on like 2 million plus defense, by the time he then also gets all of his supers off and stuff, he should probably be fine. Meaning, and I rewatched the LR Turles. The first super attack is the 24 key, and after the domain is the 12 key. No, the one after the domain is the 18 key. We know because the name of the super comes up on the screen. So the card says on it. So Crushing Massacre is his 12 key, which is the one that came up first. And then Kill Driver is his 18 key, which is the one that came up second. But yeah, funnily enough, I think the 12 key super does actually look better. I would prefer it if the supers were the other way around, but I suppose the good thing is an LR can only ever get one 18 key super. So then if he does a bunch of additionals, we'll get to see the 12 key super more anyway. So I suppose that is good. Yeah, it sounds like he possibly can. And then if you've got more like support on the rotation and all that kind of stuff, like potentially he can. Shouldn't that be in the news that the... No, it just... Clash is ready. It's not in the news, but the new battlefield is up. You can switch active with Vegeta, then swap to Goku, and he keeps the guard. Does Goku not have guard anyway? No. I don't know why I thought he did. Oh, well, there you go. When we were saying before about Blue Goku getting hit by... Oh, we were talking about God Goku when we were talking about the guard. Yeah, Goku has the higher chance to dodge, but... Yeah, if you do the active skill with Vegeta and then he keeps the guard, then his damage reduction is like 70%. So that makes it more... Although his overall defense number will be lower, but he'll have guard and 70% damage reduction as opposed to guard and 40% damage reduction. It just means his defense number will be lower. So it's kind of a tough one. Right, let me post the link in the Discord for that thing. Goku gets 180 defense when receiving an attack. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I think the most important thing realistically is to just like use the active skill with Vegeta, then switch back and forth between the two and see what their defense is. Oh, everyone's retweeting. Apparently Legends is doing a Zenkai Awakening for Goku and Bardock. And then for Dokkan, we still don't even have a Goku and Bardock. But yeah, Zig, he seems good. It is a shame he is just called Turles, but he seems very good. So after Turles, we go to Tanabata. Yep. Yeah, Tanabata should be the next like major thing, because Turles is going to come out seemingly Thursday. 2 weeks. I mean, there'll be a random. It'll be like 3 weeks until Tanabata, technically, I guess. Yo, Aaron, how's it going? TDC is 3 weeks. Did they say specifically when it starts? Because I know the timing of like when Celebration was last year is different, but Turles Turles has arrived. I'm struggling with Frontier Node 17. The mode is so stupid. I even had to create missions so people would play it. I can't even remember which one Node 17 is. Some of the Frontier nodes were kind of frustrating, but some of them weren't too bad. Should be June 30th since they're reverting back to the pre-2025 schedule. Oh yeah, I suppose that's the easiest way to tell, is just to look back to like when the Tanabata celebration was on JP in previous years. It is kind of funny that like as a global player like with the sync and everything, having to get used to so many changes, and then the JP community has to have one change of like the worldwide and the Tanabata like switching places, and then they complain and have it changed back. That like one minor change, when like we had to go through so much like change, and especially with the rushing of stuff to get everything out in time for the sync. It's the one with Piccolo and Dende against transforming Frieza. Is that the one where you have to use like the all Namekians teams? You have to use like Nail, Piccolo, and Dende. But I think, is it that one? Because like Piccolo and Dende just get killed straight away, but Nail is basically invincible if it is that one. Halo Combat Evolved 4.0. Yeah, there was a couple of interesting looking things from that Xbox showcase. Little Blue and I watched it last night, but there's so many games coming out that are like first person shooter, but you also have like some kind of special power as well. Like there's a lot of the games that looked, I don't want to say like similar, but like, yeah, there's a lot of like the same kind of vibe. In only 14 turns, hey, let's go. I like the fact there's only 14 turns because of how long that normally takes. That's crazy. Only 14 turns. Right, well, there's not going to be any other news or anything, because obviously Turles details getting leaked early is the main reason why that stuff got posted today. So there won't be any other Dokkan news. There's no other content for today other than the Battlefield. So we'll go ahead and run through Battlefield here. JP schedule bad, World Tournament good, yeah. Alright. Hey guys, Marsenkin here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, and so today we got the new Battlefield reset. So we have the 99th Battlefield. This one is not, as far as I'm aware, the full reset. Yeah, it's just the enemy typings have changed again. Now the interesting thing is though, I'm fairly sure, haven't we had, maybe I'm just misremembering, but has it been this set of enemies for so long? I swear Ox King has been int before. So we've like cycled back around to the same typings that we've had before. Maybe I am just misremembering it, but I feel like that is the case. Maybe not. But obviously we're still waiting for a time when we will get a proper reset with new enemies and new bosses and stuff, which will be a little bit more interesting, because normally when the Battlefield gets the full reset, there's been a good few battlefields over the years, once the full reset happens and we get a new set of enemies, where the final boss has actually been quite tough, and something that people have, you know, struggled with a little bit at first until everyone figures out the best strategies and everything. But yeah, I feel like we've had the same set of enemies for quite a long time now. But yeah, Ox King has been in previously. Yeah, I thought so. But yeah, how's it going, Big TX over on the Twitch side? But yeah, I thought that was the case. So yeah, I still rock with the using a full monotyping teams, although obviously technically we're still running categories. So movie bosses for Extreme Int. Yeah, we gotta be due a new Battlefield LR at some point as well, because when did Garlic Jr. first come out? I feel like he's been out for a while now. Yeah, I mean, these early fights are super easy anyway. As with most teams in the game, the extreme teams are not as good as the superclass teams. So I always use the extreme teams first. But as you can see, for the early stages, they just very easily one turn or even just one shot these bosses. So pretty straightforward. That's a good thing about the full Battlefield reset day, though, is you do get a nice little chunk of stones from doing the full reset. So Gokua is physical. Use our cooler / like space traveling warriors team. Oh, you do actually have more defense. Okay, fair enough. Okay, nice and easy. I want Z Broly to return this year later, since Turles already got his comeback. Yeah, I mean, we had a big Broly worldwide. It was a couple of years ago now, I guess. 9th anniversary will be Broly EZA, the AGL Broly, which obviously 9th anniversary EZA Broly. He's, I guess we are still a good 6 months away from the 11th anniversary. Yeah, I don't know. Can I see them doing a new Z Broly before the end of this year? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, Broly is one of the most popular characters, right? Still bummed part 2 is Turles. It should have been Super Android 13. Dokkan does love Turles, though. That's, I said this in the details video. I feel like every Turles release has been good. Even physical Turles, as much as people clowned on him. Like, he came out in 2023, which was a year of very wonky releases. And I think by 2023 standards, I do think Turles was quite good and probably underrated a little bit. But that's like most of the releases that year felt a little bit undertuned. So compared to some of the other 2023 releases, I don't think Turles was that bad. His intro condition thing is like the worst thing about him. I don't know who made that decision and why they thought that was a good idea. And then you look at this Turles and it's like he just needs to have one ally that he will almost certainly always be run with, and then he gets his intro. Like, that's how easy it is. They could have just done that. But yeah, the interesting thing is I was using my double God Goku strategy for Battlefield because I didn't have to use my super physical team at any point, whereas now I do have my super physical team was always a God Goku led Goku family team. Maybe I'll just use the crossover team against Whis. So we got you, we got the Xenoverse Easy A's, and then this guy. To fight 2 Gohans for physical Turles is Easy A. Hopefully if they do Easy A physical Turles as well, they change his intro condition. Because it's not something like an active skill, like they can change his intro condition with the Easy A. They don't even have to remove it completely, because I'm sure they'll keep it the same as it is in terms of with the Gohan enemy, but then they need to add like has a movie boss's ally or something like that, Terrifying Conqueror's ally, like the LR has, like, because it's just so bad. Like there's no events in the game where it's relevant at all. Well, I suppose actually, because isn't it one of them is Goku family enemy, which I suppose there is like we have like the God Goku Blue Zone thing now. I guess the thing with like the Gohan, Goten, and Trunks. Because yeah, it's a Goku family enemy. So I mean, I guess there are a couple of events where it's kind of useful, but yeah, they need to make it better because there's not enough events. Let's do that. At this point, if in LR Cell Easy A today, he just auto explode after 3 to 5 turns. Yeah, I imagine he would potentially have like a secondary condition or something that wasn't just like a weird HP restriction. I'm not sure. But yeah, crossover making pretty easy work of Whis, and then your extreme tech. So my super int team is Bond of Master and Disciple, which obviously is a pretty powerful team. So we shouldn't have to worry about this one too much. I mean, it's not the best starting turn. But Gohan has a lot of defense on the first turn, including damage reduction, so... Because this baby can actually hit quite hard. This guy can catch you out sometimes, depending on like what team you're running. But especially if we get to super attack here first, we'll be fine. An LR Krillin that revives into Super Saiyan Goku. I mean, I could see that being a thing. The only problem is if it's a Krillin that revives into Goku, then it's like the Vegeta that revives into Goku. So the card would just have like Krillin categories. So I mean, it'd be good for a Namek Saga team in general, but like, I guess Earthbred Fighters you can get away with as well. But the unit wouldn't be on like Goku Family, Pure Saiyan, Super Saiyan, or anything like that. Kid Gohan might actually just kill him if he gets enough additionals. That's the thing, Bond of Master and Disciple is a very strong team. There's a couple of like really, really good mono-color setups for categories, which I've found like through Battlefield. And things like Mono-Int. Mono-Int Bond of Master and Disciple is one of them. And so yeah, the final boss is just Piccolo and Goku again. This time they're AGL. But yeah, this is where we now just use our good old alternate art skip thing and just have double God Goku leads to run a Pure Saiyans team. And then we can throw on all of our crazy Pure Saiyans. We can have Daima Goku. We might as well have the mini Daima Goku. We can have this guy. We can throw on this guy for some support. And then I guess just throw on God Goku, because for things like Battlefield, where he's just going to have 100% dodge on the first turn's pretty good. Yeah, it's a very funny and interesting sort of oversight on their part, I guess. That every other event in the game, you can't do that. But for Battlefield, you can just have the alternate arts like both on the team. Can't get 6 orbs for God Goku though, which is kind of annoying. Just get the 3, I guess, and then get those for you. He should be fine with just the 3. Yeah, see, that's a fun usable in the art cards, yeah. Because I could also do the same thing and put in both versions of the Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku, and then make a Buu Saga team as one of my Battlefield teams as well. Nice. But yeah, this is the alternate art God Goku, so my alternate art God Goku is only 55%. I did one multi on the banner, got the Super Saiyan 3 alternate arts, and then used the ticket to get God Goku. So I've just got both the alternate arts at 55%. You're saying UI Goku is bad past turn 1. I mean, the thing is, for Battlefield fights, they're not really going to go longer than like 3 turns. So typical, we didn't have the Daima Gokus together to start off with, which is annoying. Do that. Yeah, all of those physical orbs there, kind of had to give them to God Goku rather than put UI Goku in slot 1. And God Goku has that damage reduction on the first turn, so he was always going to be fine. Oh, I forgot they can dodge. That's a bit cheeky. It's always bosses that can dodge always have such a low, like it's like 5% or 10% or something at most. I think these guys, it might actually literally even be 5%. Let's have a quick check. Can't believe they actually dodged. Where am I looking? My cash. Okay, theirs is actually 10%. They have a 10% chance to dodge. So yeah, they're on the higher end of bosses with the dodge chance. But yeah, any like events that are very short, or even things like the multi-fight events that are short, like the UI Gokus will always be good because of the guaranteed dodge on turn 1, because then if the event is short enough, you don't even have to worry about their second turn, because the fight's over before you even get to the point where they could get hit, which is funny. Let's just do this. Not good orbs for Super Saiyan 4 Dharma Goku, unfortunately, but... Or God Goku. We can't even get the orbs for him to get the support. But it shouldn't matter too much. So Battlefield is not a super hard event. And the barrier to entry for Battlefield for like newer players is just having enough characters that you can use to make the teams. But they have reduced that from what it was originally. Toby mask background. Yes, God Goku should probably finish them off here. I kind of miss Battlefield being a challenge. Yeah, Omega was definitely one of the bosses that terrorized, but didn't he get nerfed as well though? Because like when he first came out as the final boss on JP, like he was so hard that people were genuinely like were complaining about how difficult he was. Whereas now it's definitely feels a lot easier, but it's hard to gauge because obviously as a long time player, obviously some of these modes are just generally going to be a lot easier for me. But there you go. So Battlefield reset done and dusted. Hopefully the next one's going to be the 100th Battlefield, so hopefully that will finally bring us an actual enemy reset thing. But yeah, let me know how you guys got on. What are your team setups? Do you still use the monotypings? Do you have category teams set up? Let me know how you guys got on with Battlefield. Make sure you check out the post for the Turles community response video. By the time this video goes up, I don't think I'll have recorded that yet, but I'll probably be recording it very soon. So if you want to leave your thoughts on the Turles community post so that you can be in the community response video, make sure you go do that. But yeah, let me know how you guys got on. Leave all your thoughts down below in the comments. That is going to be it for the video. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the links down below, and I'll see you all again soon. Have a good one. Alright, there you go. Nice and easy. Even if he supered, it was mostly just screwed as slot 1 tanks barely existed then. Legend has it Drace is pulling right now with his Battlefield stones. True, he did say that, so... Oh, have I got full blue turtle shells again? I've still managed to not accidentally claim my Surging Army of Steel mission rewards. Yeah, I do like Turles as the Part 2 LR. I do think is a good pick. He's the kind of character that Turles, that Metal Cooler needed for his team, right? Like, fits on the full leader skill, provides support. Like, overall, just seems like he will be pretty good. So... I just wish he was a carnival, to be honest. We already have a yellow coin Turles LR. Yeah, but, I mean... Yeah, true, but... There's no way I was going to summon either way. I mean, fortunately, we have seen with characters like Goma and Selmax in the past and stuff, like characters can be yellow coin LRs and still be really good. And Turles does seem like he is going to be really good, so... Omega was OP on release in Battlefield, he got nerfed on JP. Global had to suffer another Battlefield with Omega being OP till the next reset. Really? I thought... Okay, I thought Global got the, like, post-nerfed version. So misremembering. Yeah, I can't remember. I thought that Global got the nerfed version. I'm not sure. SDR Team Turles was one of those characters Wales would have the TUR rainbowed as well because he was that good on release. Yeah, because it was back in the day where teams were limited with the number of like good characters and stuff, that like running the TUR of an LR was actually like a viable option because there might not be a better choice, especially for like Turles in terms of like who you would be running as his like link partner or something. But yeah, it took me a long time to get mine because obviously I didn't whale out or anything. But yeah, I do have the TUR of LR Turles rainbowed and link leveled because I use him with this guy in my Extreme STR Battlefield team. I don't have any extra spare copies though, so I do really like his SSR art. So eventually I will, if we pull another STR Turles at some point, we'll keep the copies in order to... I like the fact they gave us a free-to-play one as well, and they also made him STR. Kind of funny. I need to get rid of some of my AGL turtle shells. Well, this is the new thing where you can do like a whole bunch of them at the same time. That's pretty cool. Yeah, see, I'm almost full on red ones again. The only problem is, compared to back in the day when there was some useful stuff, I feel like I never spend barber points. So trading in all these SRs and like extra medals and all that kind of stuff for barber points feels kind of pointless because I never use them for anything. Like if we have a look at here now, like what is here that I could actually use? Yeah, none of these things other than getting, if I'm in the middle of trying to do difficult event runs and using a support memory and then I run out of film reels, then I will end up going into there to get like more film reels, but that's basically it. Yeah, the Cuphead games look interesting. I never played the original because, like, those kind of games, I don't think they're bad in any way, shape, or form. But I don't know if I would be good at them. Crazy difficult, like, platformer shooters. But yeah, I like the fact that the like 80s themed one, like even the art and everything, it just looks like a Master System like box. It's quite cool. Pulled another metal cooler. I just want the 17s. Look at this whale over here. Oh no, I pulled the new Dokkan Fest instead of the random banner unit that isn't even going to get an easy A and isn't good. Like, we know your game. So how many more stages do we have of this now? Is it 3? Yeah, so I want to wait till tomorrow and then do 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then I'll have 13, 14, 15, and 16. No wonder I didn't get Metal Cooler Bringer taking them all. Yeah, Bringer just taking all the luck again.
Alright, let's do this.
Yes, like why? I mean, I'm assuming you have the 17s. You just want the dupes to like finish rainbowing them, right? Because like, or do you actually just not have them at all? You don't have them at all. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, I assumed you just wanted like more dupes for them. Invaded me on every banner. I mean, to be fair, they aren't good. So I guess the best thing to do is I wouldn't worry about not having them until the celebration where they get their easy A, because then they'll be on a banner again. And then if you still don't pull them then it's crazy how the units bringer is missing other units I have with SSR copies. In a different time we can trade. Yeah, Bringer always getting all the luck for the new characters, and then yeah, we've got all the multiple extra copies of the old characters that he doesn't have. But he's getting all the new units. Although, do I have the... I feel like I must have them rainbowed by now. Let me double check if I actually have any spare copies. I'm genuinely not sure. I can't think how many times he's actually been back on a banner. Yeah, I think I know because we talked about it earlier, but yeah, the idea of Harudagan as like a domain instead of just like a transformation or something, I do think is pretty cool. It's not something I think I've ever seen anyone like mention before. It's always just like him as a transformation or like a giant form. Vapion or GT for TDC Trust? I don't know. I feel like TDC is always something a bit more big, like big ticket. I don't know. Okay, that's the thing. That mission tab thing is always gonna distract me now because I keep looking at it and going, "Oh, I've done missions," and then I have to just remember it's just the cooler core ones. Because bear in mind, in what it's going to be 5 days' time when the final events are out, and then when I claim all those missions, that will give me another 32 stones. So I'll be around 400 when Turles comes out. You'd be surprised at how many DFEs I have to summon for when I'm summoning for the new ones. Oh yeah, let me double check my 17s. Okay, so they are rainbow. And when I have 2 spare copies. Hey, maybe they could easy A this guy finally, because I have 5 random spare copies of him. That would be nice. Hope you're all better than I am. Are you okay, Aaron? I think the 17's rainbow or at 79%, but still as SSR because I never use them. Yeah, fair. I mean, let's be honest, like even on release, it's not like they were particularly good. They weren't completely terrible, but yeah, they were weird and GT bosses is always going to be that category that is left kind of lacking because there are so many potential characters that could have been on the team if it wasn't for the stupid like bosses thing and not like just GT villains or whatever you would call it, so that you could have like the standalone Hellfire 17 on the team and stuff like that. Like obviously for their team you can, but it's just such a massive fumble like overall for the way those bosses teams are handled, whereas like the heroes versions of the team, they get the every single character in the movie gets to be on the category, but for the bosses version it's only the actual main boss gets to be on the category. I think that's very dumb, as we have discussed many times over the years. It's not new, but it's just such a stupid way of doing it. Being woke up by your dog at 3 AM, had surgery. Oof, yeah, that is unfortunate. Hopefully he's doing okay. I need my beauty sleep. Fair.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah, shout out to everyone who has commented on the Turles community post already. I say make sure you guys get your comment on there if you want to be in the video later on today. Probably won't be recording it for a few hours anyway. I like to leave it up for a good few hours so it can get a chance for people to comment on it and stuff. So Frieza KO'd me on node 22. Oh yeah, I think I struggled with that one a little bit. Check out my video. I can't remember what I actually did in the end, but I did put up a video of the most recent Battlefield nodes. I think I can't remember. I think it might have been that one. Was a bit of a struggle. Is it the one where you have to use STR? You have to use the Spirit Bomb with like the STR Namek Goku. Because I think he builds up on the turns he's not on rotation. So you use the Ginyu Force first, get through the first couple of turns, then use the 3 pip exchange so that you switch over to the other team with the big attack boost, and then do STR Namek Goku's active skill, and then he just one-shots him. Because yeah, a couple of those later ones were super annoying, but nice. Gotenks getting the super counter straight away, that's what we like to see. I mean, to be honest, that's the main reason why I put him in slot 1, but ugh. See, I wonder how long it will take for... I mean, I imagine the way that they'll probably do it is they'll drop Turles and then the Easy A won't be until, like, next week. So I was going to say, I wonder how long it will be till we see any details about, like, Turles getting his Easy A, physical Turles. Almost all the nodes are annoying. On one of the Vegeta fight nodes, it took me 4 hours to clear all the missions. Oof. Yeah, it definitely didn't take me that long for any of them, but I suppose it depends. The big thing is always going to be like it's going to always be very box dependent, like, because obviously I do have all of the Namek Saga like characters, which does make it easier because I don't have to settle for running like friend ones or anything like that, like. But yeah, some of the nodes definitely are a bit annoying. Faux show. Did I really not pick up balls for you? I thought I had already. I wonder how many memorial stones I'm going to get this year for how good my luck has been. I mean, you still whaled a fairly decent amount, right? Like, I know we've had a number of times with, like, the memes and, like, jokes and stuff with, like, the, oh, I'm accidentally back to 1,000 stones again and stuff like that, right? So I imagine you probably used quite a lot of, quite a lot of stones. should have done the other one. Get more rainbow orbs. Not that it really matters all that much, to be fair. Because, yeah, I guess Memorial Stones is going to switch back to, well, it'll be during the worldwide, well, the GDC, which isn't going to be till September now. Is it weird to eat French fries for breakfast at 4 a.m.? I mean, I guess not. Maybe, but you do you. Why not? You come to 1,000 stones. Can you teach me this free-to-play method? My next summon is the guaranteed feature step, and I'm 23 coins away from pity. Oof. So you can get guaranteed featured, which if it isn't Metal Cooler, I imagine you will have rainbowed. So if that's the only SSR you get, that's going to give you 13 coins. So yeah, then you would have to do the next one anyway, right, to get the extra 10. Oof. Yeah, Bringer's method is letting the auto-clicker accidentally buy stones. I still genuinely don't understand how that happened. Like, I'm trying to think of the way I have my auto-clicker set up for, like, the difference between easy A's and, like, link leveling and stuff. And to how, like, how it could even happen that it's accidentally... My original assumption was that you were just memeing and that you did just buy them, and then that was a joke, but I'm not. I'm closing in on 500 gold coins. Yeah, yellow coins unfortunately have become, I don't want to say completely irrelevant, but they've become that weird sort of like, yellow coin banners are so few and far between now that it's not worth summoning like a crazy amount on them. Because yeah, I think I actually bought, because I haven't used yellow coins for so long. I actually used my yellow coins to get a copy of the Gohan and Goten, like GT, the baby corrupt ones. Because I think I skipped their banner like completely. And so yeah, I ended up spending, I think I used 1,000 yellow coins. I got the second dupe for Goma, so I could finally have his gold slot unlocked. And then, yeah, I bought the Goten and Trunks because I just gotten Baby for the first time off of the... Was it off the Vegeta banner? Was it before that or after that? I actually can't remember now. But I think they were the only yellow coin LR that I didn't have. What's the way that you check? Is it this thing here? No, hang on. This thing. Yeah, so you can see here. So I don't have... The only units in the game that I don't have. So we've got King Cold and Metal Cooler now. God Goku, Mirror and Toa, Yellow Coin LR, Piccolo, Yakon and Dabura, MVP 17 banner unit. I don't have Carnival LR, Kale and Caulifla. And then I don't have Hit and Blue Goku from the GDC, from the Golden Week of last year. All these other ones are free-to-play characters and like SRs and stuff. And obviously the Arale characters. And then all these other ones are just like a bunch of SRs. So in terms of summonable characters, I'm missing one Carnival LR, one Yellow Coin LR, A couple of Dokkan Fests, Blue Goku, Hit, Dabura, God Goku, Metal Cooler. The fact that I'm still missing that MVP 17 banner unit, it would be so good to have for the Androids team, but still missing him, which is annoying. But yeah, there you go. So that is going to be it for the stream. Make sure you guys do check out the community response post for Turles. I'll put the link in the chat again in case you missed it from earlier. But yeah, go to that link. Let me know your thoughts. I think almost every banner since the Annie I've dropped 1,000 stones. And the only rainbow I got to show is Martian Vegeta. That's the 55%. Yeah, because even 1,000 stones now, like, it gets you to pity. But if you manage to pull, like, even a dupe for a character in, like, 1,000 stones, it feels like that's a good result these days. But yeah, anyway, there you go. So that is going to be it for the stream. Like I say, make sure you check out that community response video. I'll make that video a bit later on. So get your comments in there if you want to be in the video for later. But that is going to be it from me. I appreciate you all coming out. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good one.